guys, so the lighting's really bad in my room. It's a really rainy day and it's just not nice, so I cannot figure out the lighting in my room for the life of me. So I'm sitting out in my living room because nobody's home and the window's right here, so it's really easy to film. Yeah, the background's kind of weird and you can see Doug, but yeah, so I have an enormous amount of empty products. I normally don't have this many makeup products, but I was going through my makeup collection and I tried to kind of use up products and I got rid of old products. So some of these might not be completely empty, but they were pretty old and just something I used the majority of. So I'm going to start with the couple of things that aren't actually makeup. And the first one is this St. Ives Purifying Sea Salt Exfoliant Body Wash. It looks like this. You can buy it at Target. I loved this stuff. This was like the most amazing body wash. I loved the smell of it and I loved the formula. I loved the exfoliatingness. I liked the whatever was in it that exfoliated. I think it was salt. And then I got another bottle of this because I loved it. And they reformulated it so it was more creamy and more like, I don't know, before it was kind of like a gel rather than like a soapy kind of consistency. And I am not a big fan of the new formula. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it again just because I don't know. And I really like the smell. It's something that's really different. And I know like I liked it so much that I ran around and showed my sister and my mom. My sister really liked it and my mom hated it. So I think it might be one of those smells that you either love or you hate. And then the next thing was actually something I should have talked about in my last empties, but I completely forgot. And it is the Neutrogena Visibly Bright Daily Facial Cleanser. I bought this at clearance at Target and I loved it. Definitely one of the best face washes I've ever used. I used it when I was really sick, and when I get sick I get very, very dull skin. And this brightening, it like actually did, and it made me look not like a zombie. I really liked how this worked, but it was on clearance and I haven't been able to find it since. So if you guys know that if they still sell this or anything, let me know down below. These next products I'm not gonna go into too much detail about because look at them all. These are all mascaras. So the first one is this little sample and it is the Lorac Multiple Lashes 3D Lashes. I'm going to show you the brushes even though they're not incredibly, just because they're not incredibly like what they would look like when they're new, just because they're old. This was something I had for a really long time. It didn't dry out or anything, which was nice. It didn't look good on my lashes. I don't even know if they still sell this anymore, but I know that I tried it. It didn't do anything special. It just made my lashes look blacker. And then I have this L'Oreal. I'm not sure which mascara this is, but it looks like this. This was the mascara that I used for a really long time. This is actually like the brown one. Can't really tell, but it's brown. And I thought that this was a good mascara at the time. Again, I'm not even sure if the majority of these are still sold. I actually have another one right here. This with the blue top is the one that's black and I think waterproof or something. But I thought that this was a really good mascara at the time, but then as I used other mascaras and kind of branched out, I definitely kind of realized it wasn't. It made my lashes look very, very clumpy and just gross. I mean, it was a nice mascara, but there was just, it didn't make them look it didn't make them look incredibly clumpy, but I think that so many mascaras do such a better job, sorry about my dog, do such a better job with making my eyelashes look a lot better that I wouldn't buy these again. The next one is a Dior Show mascara. I don't know if this is like, I don't really use Dior. This was just a little sample I got and I was like, oh, it's Dior, it's gotta be awesome. And so I used it, and if I can even get it open. This is probably so old. Like, if you just, I don't even know why this was still with my makeup. It was just kind of way at the bottom of one thing that wasn't with the rest of my makeup, and I like looked at it, but that's what the brush looks like. You can't, oh, I just got it on my hand. You can't tell like right here, but it's like really gross. You can't tell in the camera. This, I remember using this just because I was like, oh my god, it's Dior, it must be amazing, and I just didn't think much of it. I felt like it was just an average mascara. The next is Urban Decay Skyscraper Multi-Benefit Mascara. It looks like, the wand looks like this. If you, it'll focus on my hand, not my face. Okay. And then the bottle itself looks like this. It's purple. I got this in a set with like a little travel size eyeliner. It really just, it added a lot of curl to my lashes. Like, they were curly and they were pretty long, but they just looked really weird because they were not, they had absolutely no volume. Like, they were the skinniest little line, like they were really long, but they just did not look good. It was weird. Like, I've never seen my lashes do something like that. It was really, really long, but really, really skinny and just kind of weird looking. Next is actually like one of my favorite mascaras. It's the Physicians Formula, the one that's like the leaf, and then the wand looks like this. This didn't have as many benefits as I would prefer. It didn't really make my lashes look too amazing, but I love the wand. It really, really got rid of any clumps, made your eyelashes look so, so separated. It would just make my eyelashes perfect. I actually kept this just because I love the wand so much that anytime I had clumpy lashes, I would grab this and use the wand and just kind of separate them, because an eyelash separator, if you try to use it after you put on mascara, it tends to just take the mascara off, and using a wand like this, it just made sure there was no clumps. The wand kind of reminds me of the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. I've never actually used that, but I think I'm going to pick it up just because I really like this, and I think it's pretty expensive. I think this is the organic wear or natural wear. And then I have two of my all-time favorite mascaras, and it is the Neutrogena Healthy Volume Waterproof Mascara. I use these babies all the time. They're my favorite mascara. It makes my lashes look so voluminous. That's what the wand looks like. This one's like really dried out just because like nothing comes up, and then this one's like literally absolutely disgusting and really, really old. But I use this every single day, and I use it today. I think that that is the best drugstore mascara. It's just the best mascara I've ever used, high-end or drugstore, and it's something that I've repurchased so many times. It's probably my most loved product. Next, I have this Urban Decay All Nighter XL Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I had this forever ago. I got it for Christmas last year, I think, and I finally used it all up. Oops. It definitely made my makeup stay much longer, my foundation. Not really any eye makeup or anything like that, but my foundation stayed a lot better. Although I feel like you can get the same effect with a nice setting powder, and it's just not really worth the cost, I think, just because now with the new bottles, it's really expensive, I believe. Like, I know they redesigned the bottles and you get a lot less for more money, I think. The next thing I actually have is an e.l.f. product, and it is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. I think that this might be like their take on the whole Smashbox Photo Finish. That's my favorite primer, and I use this. It's not something I think that I would buy again, just because I didn't really see any difference between when I had this on and when I didn't have it on. It just felt like another layer of something on my face. It was very lightweight though, and I think that it did kind of smooth out anything I had on my face, so that the foundation would go on a little bit smoother. It didn't make anything last longer or look much better. And then, just like I was talking about, I have two of these Smashbox Photo Finish primers. Favorite primer of all time. I love this stuff. It makes my makeup last so much longer than other things, and I just love it so much. And I never have to buy a full size because I'm constantly getting samples of it. But I just think that it's actually the best primer I've used. I haven't tried all that many primers. I try a lot of drugstores, a few high-end, and you do get a lot of samples of primers, I've noticed. Sorry, my cat is like up right by the camera. You do get a lot of samples of primers in different things, so I never really felt the need to go out and buy one since I always have one on hand. But I think that that is the one primer I'm going to have to buy just because I love it so much. Next is something that I had forever, and they still sell it, but I don't even know how long ago I got Rimmel London Natural Bronzer Powder. And this is in the shade Sunlight in 22. It's completely gone. I took a little thing and scraped the edges out of it just because this was a drugstore primer, super cheap, super accessible. I found it everywhere and it didn't have shimmer in it, which is something that I feel like is super hard to find. I love bronzers without shimmer because I don't really wear shimmery bronzers, even though I barely wear any anything bronzing. I do contour a tiny bit, and shimmer just doesn't work all that well for that. And I think that I like the look of shimmering bronzers, but they're just not something I wear all that often. So when I can find a drugstore matte one, I use it. And this thing lasted me forever, and it was a really good shade because I have a hard time finding one that doesn't make me just look muddy, because obviously I'm pretty pale. And just everything it seems like is made for much tanner people. So it was nice to find something that's cheap, accessible, and matte. Next, I have my favorite foundation of all time. I've never completely finished one, and so I had this weird sense of pride when I actually finished this. But this is the Neutrogena, their Healthy Skin Makeup. I buy it, and it has SPF 20 in it. I get it in the shade 20, which is Natural Ivory. This is my all-time favorite foundation. I know I said that, but oh my god. It's actually so cheap, so easy to find, and so great. It has a great level of coverage, doesn't feel heavyweight. I'm wearing it today. It doesn't feel like too much on your skin or like you're wearing like a mask on your face like some foundations can. It lasts a really long time with a nice setting powder. I love it. I love everything about it. And they have a great range of shades, and the color that I use actually matches me perfectly, which is awesome because I find that I kind of have to mix colors and everything, but this is absolutely perfect. I might be a little biased towards it just because it is like the first foundation I used, but it's also the one that I always find myself going back to. The next product I have is actually kind of gross, just because I've had it for so long. Actually, not even that long. A couple of months, but it's the Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. I used it to set my lashes. It looks like this. It's disgusting because the color from my brows got into this and made it look like a weird, like, slimy color. And it's just, there's a tiny bit at the bottom, but the wand doesn't reach it, so it just gets like a big lump of it on the end. And then I try to put it in my brows. It's a mess. I thought that this was a good gel mascara, and then when it was the 21 Days of Beauty Ulta sale, I bought the Anastasia brow gel, and it is so much nicer because I bought it because it was half off, but it's so nice. This one I thought was like okay, but then I found like in the beginning of the day, if I even got it like a teeny tiny bit like off of my eyebrow, it like turned gray and like it's definitely something that's a nice product. It keeps your brows in place, but I think that it's something I will only wear if I do repurchase it, which I probably will because it is very cheap. And it's something that I can wear, but I'll only wear it on days where I'm not going to be out for 18 hours or not really 18. I'm rarely out for 18 hours. But like on days where I'll only be going out for 1 or 2 hours rather than a long day. So this next is, what is this? This is Neutrogena too. Neutrogena Nourishing Eyeliner. Looks like this, not a big deal, has a smudger on the end. I hated this. Well, it broke a lot. That's really the only reason I got through it, is because it would always break on me. But it didn't last. It was very clumpy, and it's definitely not something I'll buy again. And then I have this, I don't even know what brand this is. Tokyo Perfetto eyeliner. I don't know, this was like one of the first felt tip eyeliners I bought. It was a present from Sephora. It was a gift like that my mom got me from Sephora. It was nice. It wasn't as black as I would like. It's still, and it just came off ridiculously bad. It looked really black right when I put it on, and it just dried gray and didn't look very good. It's nice because it would shake so you could get all the product out, but it's probably not something I'll buy again. I don't, you know, I've never tried anything else from this brand. It looks like this, if you know that brand. I don't know if I already showed you, but you know, I think that it was expensive and it's not something that I'm gonna spend money on. And this is actually my last product, and it is the Pop Beauty black eyeliner. I don't know if this is like a specific one, but it comes in this case. And the brush looks like this. I love this eyeliner. It was a lot cheaper than most high-end eyeliners. I don't know if you could consider this high-end because I know they sell some of it at Target, but some of it I think they sell it at Sephora too, so it's kind of confusing. But this is like the best. I love it. It's the only liquid liner that really stays on, is really, really black, and isn't one of those little teeny tiny skinny little impossible to use eyeliner pens that look like they literally just took one hair and put it on a thing and expect you to put eyeliner on like that. I can't do that. Can you do that? I can't do that. This was one of my favorite eyeliners. It's something that next time I go, I'm totally gonna repurchase it. It goes on very, very black. It lasts a really long time. I think I got this for Christmas or before Christmas, and it just ran out. It's the best. I think that I don't particularly like the Pop Beauty brand, but this eyeliner is amazing. That's all I have. I will see you guys next time. Let me know down below any Halloween tutorials you guys want to see, because I want to start doing those, and those are awesome. I know I said that in my last video too, but you know. I have a couple planned, and I might, but by the time this is up, I might actually have one or two up, but whatever. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.